Hello, boys and girls and parents. This is Mr. Sustal, and I'm going to give you this very last update as far as where the district is in regard to the restart of our school this Monday. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the district update. This information from this update was actually taken from Dr. Escobedo, our school superintendent, his email from yesterday. So as you can see here, school does resume this Monday on April 13th. I think the most important part of this update is this next piece of information that the district will be contacting families the next few weeks to determine internet access in their laptop situations. One of the things the district is looking at is connectivity, and basically what that is how robust is the Wi-Fi, because the one of the difficulties we may be having is if the signal is weak, the video conferencing requires a certain bandwidth, and students wouldn't be able to participate depending on how weak their bandwidth is. And so I would suggest everybody participate so the district can really make a much better determination as to their next actions. And I'm hoping that they're going to be providing internet hotspots as well as laptops for computers, but I'm really not sure. And as you can see here, the next step will be if and how to implement that plan. One of the things that he was talking about also is for some, packets of printed material may be the best option, and it probably is dependent upon how the survey turns out, the results. But at this point, I know, or you know, as much as I do. Let me go ahead and talk about my distance learning update now. Microsoft Teams is all set up, and your child can access it by logging in through the www.cvesd.org website, and you don't have to worry about your child logging in because their login information is the same as the login they use for Achieve 3000 and Smarty Ants as well. And each of them has logged in literally hundreds of times this year, so that shouldn't be a problem. If it is, simply send me a message through Class Dojo and I'd be happy to send you your child's login information. This next piece of information is really important. There are two apps that I would like for you to download onto your cell phone. The first one being Khan Academy, and you can see the website right there along with the class code, um, which I'm boxing right now. Okay, and the other app I would like for you to download if you haven't already is the Microsoft Teams app. Now that doesn't have to be downloaded if your child has access to a tablet or a laptop. But if not, well, they will gain access through Teams through your smartphone. Um, and as I mentioned just a moment ago, the login is the same as Achieve and Smarty Ants. But just to let you know, some of the assignments may not be available on the mobile version. I have a feeling it's the way I formatted the assignment, so I'm currently working on it. But if they aren't able to access it, that's okay. Just let me know. It's not a problem at all. As far as the lessons themselves, all of the homework assignments can be accessed through assignments on Teams, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. And the lessons are embedded in the assignment. So before your child works on an activity, if it's a new concept, what I did was I created a YouTube lesson specifically for that activity, and I attached it to the sheet itself. So all they have to do is double click on the YouTube video, watch the lesson, then they can complete the activity. If your student has any questions or is having problems with the activity, they can certainly join me on our daily fuzzy chat from 10 to 11 a.m. So here we are in our class's Microsoft Teams page. I wanted to take a few minutes to just go over the functions of this page. Now, although Microsoft Teams is a pretty robust program, we're only going to be using a small portion of it. And as we become more familiar with it, we'll learn more. But whenever you log in, I think the first place to check would be the class notebook. And if you take a look up here, where it says class notebook, I have some things down here. So I have on the class notebook, I will frequently post a message. These are our to dos for the week. So if you take a look here, I have Khan Academy Achieve down at the bottom. That's sort of an ongoing lesson. And all of these lessons right here can be found in this section, in the assignment section. So this is the second feature of Microsoft Teams. In this section, every assignment that I post ends up right here. So this is sort of like an assignment catch-all. It is divided into two sections. As you see here, it says assigned. This is my view, so it doesn't have their view, but where it says graded, their view, it would say completed. So you would get a complete list of assignments that they still have to do and those that are completed. And not that it matters so much, but if you take a look here, I do have the due date. So this is one way of kind of keeping up, determining how well they're completing their assignments. But like I had mentioned before, I am not too concerned with late homework. These kids are going to be doing work that has never been required of them, and their digital fluency is not quite there yet. With maybe some of them, it is, but for the most of them, they're still learning how to type, and they're using drawing tools, and so it does take quite a bit longer for them to complete an assignment. And of course, if they're having some difficulty, please have them come to the fuzzy chat every day, Monday through Friday, from 10 to 11, and I would be more than happy to help them out. And that leads me to our next feature, which is chat. So if you look over here on the left margin, you see it right here. It says chat. Simply click on it. And I will be waiting, and this is a chat, as a matter of fact, that I had with Mrs. Caballero. I will be there. And so when your child clicks on chat, they'll see a picture of me, or it will be me, and all they have to do is click the join button. To get back to the Teams page, simply click Teams. Now, one feature that I haven't talked about yet, which is also very important, is the email feature. So if you take a look at up here, you see this. I like to call it the waffle. It looks almost like a waffle iron. If you click on that, your student has access to part of the 365 Office suite. But the Outlook icon right here, this is their email. Um, that is where I send all of their homework that is returned. Okay, so when I return a piece of homework, it goes into their Outlook inbox, and on the homework, you will see their score and some feedback that I've left for them. So it's a great way to gauge how well your child is performing on the homework that's been turned in. So make sure to use that feature, and of course, if you have any questions, you can get back to me. I'm going to go ahead and click it again to get out of it. There you go. And that's pretty much Microsoft Teams in a nutshell. If you have any questions, or if your child has any questions as far as how to complete assignments, simply click on Class Notebook, and they can rewatch or watch for the first time the video that I made for them, and you can play it right from the screen. As you see here, it will go down here, and I'll be able to take a look at it. Basically outlines all the features that we use, and how to perform each one of the tasks. To finish up my update, I'd like to talk about the distance learning school day, along with what I am doing to help your child succeed. So if you take a look here, this is what a sample day might look like. Now, I'm not going to hold you to it. Each child is different, and I think we have to rebuild our stamina, our ability to be able to work for longer periods of time. So what I'm going to ask you to do is please be flexible. So the schedule, although it's listed here, is very flexible according to the needs of your child. But in the morning, I do have to-dos, and that normally involves a warm-up and independent practice. And independent practice, this is a good time for your child to maybe do some assignments with the accompanying YouTube videos. And as I have here, turn in on Teams. So they're going to click on assignments. Then when they're done with the assignment, they're going to click on close and turn in. And that's something that I covered in one of the other in the introductory video for your child. At 10 a.m., I'm going to hold my Teams fuzzy chat, and this is where your child can come get some help, right? And I have that written here as well. Or they can just come by and visit, say hello, give words of encouragement to their classmates. I think this is a really good bonding time. And then we're going to end the day with some technology. I have Khan Academy Math, which is self-paced. Flipgrid, I haven't really spoken about Flipgrid. I'm going to keep it under wraps. I will say this. Your child is going to really, really enjoy it, and I'm going to be releasing a video on Monday detailing the lesson itself, but they'll be very excited by it. And then, of course, we're going to round out the day with some Achieve 3000 or Smarty Ants and a social emotional learning component and art. That may not be every day, but I would say 2 or 3 days a week. It might involve some directed drawing or watching some videos about social emotional learning, such as you know having or showing kindness, being persistent, being resilient, along those lines. And I'm thinking about what we're all going through right now, and really trying to give the children a chance to reflect on this experience and grow from it. This very last slide, um, I am here for your student. And these are just three of the many ways I am going to be here for your student. It's very challenging because I am not with them on a daily basis. I'm here in my home and they're in your home. But these are three ways that I can continue to connect with them and three ways that they can continue to connect with each other. So our daily fuzzy chat, fun and innovative content. I'm really trying hard to make their learning fun, to make the activities that they do fun and meaningful. And along with that, I hope to increase their digital fluency. And there it is again, flipgrid.com. And that is going to actually be part of the very last the very last thing I want to talk about as far as being here for your student, the social and emotional learning. I talked about self-reflecting activities, and hopefully those activities will help them cope with some of the isolation that they may be feeling. Now, my daughter's a student at Hilltop as well, and I'm giving her as much support as I can. But nothing replaces being able to say hello and to mingle and to interact with your classmates. And I'm hoping that through this experience, it will allow them to do that and continue to learn. If you ever have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I'm on Dojo. You can email me as well. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thank you so much.